Hello students, we are solving the IB Math AA HL May 2024 paper 2 times on 1 past paper, and today we will be solving the last question, that is the question number 12 of this paper. You will be getting the other solved past paper questions of this paper and of the other papers in form of playlists on my channel NS Online Math Tutoring Classes. You will also be getting playlists where the solved past paper questions will be available based on their topics. I'm Nilanjana Sanyal. I'm an online IB Math EHL level tutor. In case you want to join my classes, please contact me for more details. My phone number and my website address are displayed at the bottom of the screen. So, without any further delay, let us start answering question number 12. The maximum mark is 20. It says, consider the non-zero vectors u and v. Let theta be the angle between u and v. Subpart A's question is, using the definition of the dot product between u and v and the cross product between u and v, in terms of the magnitude of u and the magnitude of v and theta, that is the angle between these two vectors, show that u dot b whole square plus u cross v modulus of or magnitude of u cross v square equal to magnitude of u square times magnitude of v square. It is containing 2 marks. Fine. So, first of all, let us write the formulas for the dot product and cross product between u and v. So, u dot v is equal to the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v times cos theta, cosine of the angle theta, which is between the two vectors u and v. And the cross product of these two will be equal to the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v times the sine of the angle between them, that is sine theta, and u cross v is a vector. So, there should be some vector on the right hand side of this equal to sign as well. And that is the unit vector, which will be having a magnitude of 1, and it will be having the direction of this u cross v vector. Okay. So, now these two are the two definitions, u dot v whole square. So, from the definition of u cross v, I am squaring that. Therefore, u cross v whole square is equal to magnitude of u square times magnitude of v square and cos square theta. And then it is the magnitude of u cross v whole squared. So, the magnitude of u cross v squared is equal to, these two are magnitudes, so these two will be getting squared. And then there is the sine square theta, it is also a number, so it is getting squared. And then the unit vector, its magnitude, which is equal to 1, which is also getting squared, and 1 square is 1. Okay, so let me write this. Magnitude of this is equal to 1. Therefore, this square is also equal to 1. Okay, so now I'll be adding these two. So, u dot v square plus magnitude of u cross v square is equal to magnitude of u square, magnitude of v square, cos square theta, plus again magnitude of u square, magnitude of v square, sine square theta. I am not writing this part anymore because this is equal to 1. Okay, so this is equal to, I am taking the magnitude of u square and magnitude of v square common. and it is cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1, is equal to okay. This is equal to 1. You may write this part since cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Okay. So, show that. So, this is shown. A triangle ABC has vertices A with coordinates 0, 1, 2, B with coordinates P, Q, 3, and C with coordinates P 3, 2, 1, where P and Q are rational numbers. The vectors U and V are defined as U equal to AB, vector AB, and V equal to vector EC. Given that it is given that U dot V equal to 3 and the area of the triangle ABC equal to square root of 6, subpart B is having 3 further subparts. The first subpart I is saying find the value of the magnitude of the U cross V vector. Okay. So B, I, let us take the area of the triangle because, okay, area of the triangle ABC. What is the vector formula for area of any triangle? It will be half times. In this case, it will be the magnitude of the vector product of these two vectors. Okay, it will be the half the magnitude of the two vectors which represents the two sides of the triangle. Okay, so magnitude of the vector product of them. Okay, so and this is given to be equal to root 6. So therefore, magnitude of the vector product of U and V will be equal to 2 root 6. If you want, you can keep the answer in this format, or else it is a paper 2 question. You may get the decimal equivalent of this number. This is the exact value. If you get the decimal equivalent, that will be an approximate answer. You should give the answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, I am keeping this as it is. Coming to II. Hence or otherwise means we can use the information that have been given or that we have found in the previous subparts, or we can use a totally different method. Find the magnitude of the vector U. How can we get the magnitude of this vector U? See, these are the information that have been given to us. This is the equation that we have proved in the first subpart E. These are the coordinates of the 3 points, and U equal to AB and V equal to AC. E and C, these two are having the coordinates as numbers, so we can get the magnitude of V. So first of all, let us get the magnitude of V, because I think I should be using this equation, or else I do not have any other information from where to which we can find. I can find the magnitude of U. Over here, it is the magnitude of U whole square, so I can get the magnitude of U from here. And we know U dot V is equal to 3, and we have found the value of U cross V magnitude. Okay, so this is the only equation that have been given to us and that can help us in getting the magnitude of U. So for that we need the magnitude of V. Let us first of all get the vector V and then get its magnitude. Okay, so vector V is equal to AC, so it will be C minus A, so 3 minus 0, 2 minus 1, and 1 minus 2 equal to 3, 1 and negative 1. Okay, so therefore the magnitude of vector V will be equal to 3 square plus 1 square plus negative 1 whole square, which is equal to 9 plus 1 plus 1, which is square root of 11. Okay. So now I'm writing the equation once more. U dot phi whole square plus magnitude of U cross phi square equal to magnitude of U vector square times magnitude of phi vector square. Okay. And U dot phi is equal to 3, so it is 3 square plus this one is 2 root 6. So it is 2 root 6 square is equal to magnitude of U square, and this is square root of 11 square. So 3 square is 9 plus 2 square is 4, root 6 square is 6. So 4 times 6 is 24 equal to magnitude of U square times 11. And 24 plus 9 is 33. Divided by 11 equal to magnitude of U whole square. This will imply the magnitude of U to be equal to square root of 3. We are taking the square root of both sides, but it will not be plus minus 3. The magnitude can never be a negative number. So we should be taking only the positive square root. So magnitude of U is equal to root 3. Now coming to the I, hence or otherwise again. Find the possible values of P. That means there will be more than one value of P and the corresponding values of Q. And all these taken together will be containing, all these three subparts taken together will be containing 13 marks, quite a lot. Okay. And P and Q, since we have to get the values of P and Q, first of all, let us get the U vector, because U vector will be giving us the P and Q, will be containing P and Q, because U is AB. Okay. So, I, let us first of all get the U vector. It is AB, so P minus 0 and Q minus 1 and 3 minus 2. So this is P and Q minus 1 and 1. Okay. And we know that the magnitude of U is equal to root 3. So therefore, magnitude of U will be equal to P square plus Q minus 1 whole square plus 1 square is equal to root 3, or I'm squaring both the sides. I'm getting P square plus Q square if I expand this part. Q square minus 2Q plus 1 is equal to 3. And so this is P square plus Q square minus 2Q, and this is 2 and this is 3, so I can write this as minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, but I am having two variables, so I need another equation. So what can be the other equation? I really don't want to go for U cross V. It's better to take the dot product. U dot V equal to 3. Let's try this, okay? Because we know the V vector. So, U dot V is equal to PQ minus 1 and 1 dot, the V vector is 3, 1, negative 1, this is equal to 3. Okay, 3. So it is 3p and plus q minus 1 minus 1 is equal to 3, or 3p plus q is equal to, this is minus 2, so 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, so I may be taking, first of all, they have asked for the p value, so let me write q equal to 5 minus 3p. Okay, so this is equation number 2, and from here I am substituting the expression for q in the first equation. From equation 1, it is p square plus 5 minus 3p whole square minus 2, 5 minus 3p minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so p square, I'm expanding this as well as this one, plus 25, and then 2 times 5 is 10, times 3 is 30. So minus 30p and plus 9p square minus 10 plus 6p minus 1 is equal to 0. So p square, it is p square plus 9p square is 10p square. 10p square, and this is minus 30p and this is plus 6p. So it is minus 24p. Minus 24p, and this is 25 and plus 25, and this is minus 10, so it is plus 15, and minus 1 is plus 14. Plus 14 is equal to 0. And if I divide the entire equation by 2, because all of the coefficients are even numbers, so it is 5p square minus 12p plus 7 is equal to 0. And then I will be using the Middleton splitting method. It is 5 and 7 adds up to give us 12. So it is 5p square minus 5p minus 7p plus 7 is equal to 0. 5p, p minus 1 minus 7, p minus 1 is equal to 0. Or p minus 1 and 5p minus 7 is equal to 0. Implies p is equal to 1 or p is equal to 7 over 5. Okay. So these are the possible values of p, and we have to get the corresponding values of q from this equation number 2. From equation 2, when p is equal to 1, q is equal to 5 minus 3 times 1 is equal to 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2. And when p is equal to 7 over 5, q is equal to 5 minus 3 times 7 over 5, which is equal to 25 minus 21 over 5, which is 4 over 5. Okay. So this will be the answers for the Sapat I of the Sapat B. Okay. So now Sapat C, consider a new point D. The vector W is defined as W equal to CD. It is given that U dot W equal to V dot W equal to 0, means W vector is perpendicular to the U vector and also is perpendicular to the V vector. Since the W vector is perpendicular to both the U and the V vectors, therefore it should be parallel to the U cross V vector, because the U cross V vector is a vector which is perpendicular to both the U vector and the V vector. And W vector is also perpendicular to U vector and V vector. So W vector should be parallel to U cross V vector. That much we have understood from this information. And the area of the triangle ACD is 5 square units. Subpart C is saying that assuming that P equal to 1, that means we will be needing U. So, okay. Find the possible vectors for W. So, there will be more than one vector representation of this vector W. It is containing 5 marks. Okay. So, fine. Now, it is said that U dot V is equal, not VW, equal to V dot W is equal to 0, which implies W vector to be parallel to the U cross V vector. Okay. So, first of all, let us write the U vector and the V vector separately. And we have to get the cross product of these two. W is also said to be equal to CD vector. We know the coordinates of the point C, but we do not know the coordinates of the point D. So, if you take the coordinates of the point D as x, y, and z, then you can get the W vector in terms of x, y, and z. But then there will be 3 variables. So, I'm not trying to express this W vector in form of CD vector right at this moment. Let me try using this cross product. And then if I find that that is not the suitable method, then yes, of course, I'll be losing some time, but I hope that I will be gaining some time. I'll be having fewer number of variables, rather than if I take this method, I will be having more number of variables to be solved. Okay. So let us first of all check this method. So what was the U vector? U vector was P, Q minus 1 and 1, this one. So P, Q minus 1 and P was said to be equal to 1. Therefore, it is 1, and when P was equal to 1, Q was equal to 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1 and 1. When P is equal to 1. And what was the V vector? The V vector was equal to this one. 3, 1 minus 1. Okay, so U cross V is equal to U is 1, 1, 1. And this is 3, 1, negative 1. So this is equal to 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, and minus 1 times 1 is 1. So minus 1. I minus 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, and minus 3 times 1 is 3. So minus 3. J, and plus 1 times 1 is 1, minus 3 times 1 is minus 3. K equal to negative 2I and plus 4J and minus 2K. Okay. So therefore, W vector should be equal to some scalar multiple of this vector. So let me take this as k times minus 2, 4 and minus 2. Now you see I am having only a single variable, but if I had taken w equal to cd, then I would have got 3 variables x, y and z. Of course you can solve, but I feel that it will be taking some more time. So that is why I prefer this method. Okay. So this can be written as minus 2k and 4k and minus 2k. Okay. And they have said that area of triangle ACD is equal to 5 square units. So ACD, I'm drawing a rough triangle, ACD. So what will be the vector formula for the area of this triangle? We will be starting with this common point C. So it will be CA half times the magnitude of the vector product of CA and CD. Okay. So area of triangle ACD is equal to half times CA times CD. Okay. And CA was what? V was equal to AC. Remember, U was equal to EB and V was equal to AC. So CA will be minus V. So it is minus V cross CD is W. You can take it, you can find the minus V, it will be minus 3 minus 1 and 1. Or else you can just write this as half times W cross V. Because this is the property of one of the properties of the vector product. A cross B is equal to negative B cross A. Okay. So this may be taken as negative V cross W. This is equal to W cross V. Okay. And now we have to get the W cross V, the vector product. So I am getting this is equal to W was equal to minus 2k, 4k, minus 2k. And V was equal to 3, 1, negative 1. So this is equal to 4k times negative 1 is negative 4k. And minus 1 times negative 2k is negative 2k. Minus of minus negative 2k is plus 2k. I. And then for j, minus 2k times minus 1 is plus 2k. And 3 times minus 2k is minus 6k. So it will be minus of minus 6k, it is plus 6k. For k, minus 2k times 1 is minus 2k. And 3 times 4k is 12k. And so it will be minus 12k. Fine. And don't confuse this k with this k. This is the unit vector in the direction of the z-axis. Okay. And this is just a constant, a scalar number. So this is minus 2k I and minus 8k j and minus 14k k. And now we have to get the magnitude. Therefore, half times W cross V equal to 5, they have said. Okay. So this implies the magnitude of this W cross V vector should be equal to 10. And what is the magnitude of this vector? It is minus 2k whole square plus minus 8k whole square plus minus 14k whole square This is equal to 10. This is 4k square plus 64k square, and 14 square, negative 14 square, it is 196. If you do not know, you can use the calculator. Plus 196k square. This is equal to 10. Or 4 plus 64 is 68. I'm doing the rough work over here. It is 196, and you can of course use your calculator. So 196 and 68, it is 264. Okay. So it is 264, and I'm squaring both the sides. So it is 264k square is equal to 100. And k square is equal to 100 over 264. Therefore, k is equal to plus minus square root of 100 is 10. And what is square root of 264? Square root of 264, let me just get the factors. 132, and this is this 66, it is 33 and 3 and 11. Okay, so if we have to get the square root, we have to pair the numbers. So this is the only pair that I am getting. So this 1, 2 will be coming outside the square root. So it will be 2, and within the square root, it will be 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 11 is 66. So this will be plus minus 5 over 66 square root. Okay. So now we can get the W. Yeah, the W, because they have not asked to give the coordinates of the point D. They have asked for the vector W. So I can avoid the D completely. Okay, I'm just ignoring. I have drawn the triangle ACD, but I do not know anything about D, and I do not want to know. I do not need to know. So W equal to K, negative 2, 4 and negative 2. So W is equal to K, negative 2, 4 and negative 2. Let me see once more. Negative 2, K, 4 and negative 2. Yeah. So this is equal to plus minus, K is equal to plus minus 5 over root 66 and negative 2, 4 and negative 2. So there will be, I'm getting two vectors expressions for W. One is with plus 5 over root 66, negative 2, 4 and negative 2, and another, the second one is negative 5 over root 66, negative 2, 4 and negative 2. So these are the two vector expressions for the vector W. And of course, you can get the decimal equivalence of these numbers. It is paper 2. I have kept it as it is. I have kept them as it is. You may give the answer in this format, or else you can get the decimal equivalence. Okay. So we have solved this question completely, and we have completed answering this paper as well. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Please like and share this video in case you have liked my explanation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your liking, sharing and subscribing will be helping me a lot. We meet again very soon, where we will be starting to solve a new paper. Till then, bye.